just a very green and gold kind of person. Like they're probably say my signature colours if I'm not important.
Wow, I love that.
I just like green and gold together. It's nice.
Yeah.
Green's always been my favourite colour because it
Are you
means money.
Isn't it purple? I mean, I guess green as well. but I
Listen,
thought-
I'm only moving in fivers at the minute, so yeah, it's green.
Oh, okay.
We're just starting at base level. I'm a baller with all my fivers.
Okay, period. Yay. You know, I don't actually have a favorite color. Like,
That's wild.
it is, right? It changes with time. Red, I feel like I look really good in red.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's not necessarily like my favorite color. It just suits my skin tone and my eye as well.
So when you look at your wardrobe, what is the colour that you have the most of?
Black.
Mm,
I'm one of those people.
one of those people.
I'm trying to change.
It's mad though, because some people that love black, like yourself, you have the most colourful personality. Like, we've just gone to have a drink and we've had so much fun.
Yeah.
And then you constantly look like you're at a funeral.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I've been trying to change that until I had a conversation with this guy, and I hate when people tell me what to do. If someone tells me to do something, I'll do the opposite just out of spite.
I hate being told what to do.
And like I told him, now I was like, yeah, I'm always wearing black. I'm trying to change that. And then he said something like, yeah, you should change that. I can say that about myself. Don't talk about me like that. I don't know you.
Some people are still stuck in 1952. I have to remind them that we can vote sometimes.
And then immediately I was like, okay, now I have to go back to wearing black because you said that. And every time I see you, not only I will wear black head to toe, I'll have the heaviest eyeliner you will ever see.
But do you know, it's because we've got big eyes. I'm quite a big eyeliner person. I'm not very good at doing it. That's why I don't wear it often. But I do love eyeliner. But it's because we've got big eyes. It suits us.
Yeah.
What do you get compared to an animal ever? I get frog a lot. That's why I'm asking.
People just pull up to you and call you a frog.
I used to have a boyfriend that used to say I look like the Freddo bar.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Do I look like 15p, guys?
I don't really get compared to animals, but I think it's because I'm black. I feel like if you say that, low key comes across as racism,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Just tear me apart. No, I remember as well. These girls, right? They used to find this so funny because they weren't lookers themselves. I've always had like chubby cheeks, big eyes, and I've got a real long tongue. I'm not getting my tongue out for the podcast, right? But I do have a real long tongue.
I mean, you could. I can just swap the camera because I kind of want to see it now. That sounds crazy.
I know, but I've had ramen.
I won't put it on the podcast.
Okay, I'll show you. How long is that tongue?
Wow.
Right, so it's very like frog-esque. Do you know what I mean? And I remember these girls in school, not that I was getting about school with my tongue out. These girls in school used to rib it at me. They used to rib it at me in the corridor.
You know what I was called in high school?
What?
Or middle school. I don't know which one's which here. That he turned me into a bully.
What?
A guy called me Fiona once, but he said it like from Shrek, Fiona. But like he said it in the most poetic way ever. To this day, I never forgot that. And every time I see him, I'm like, you bitch. I'll never forget that.
That is not who I'd go. Do you know who I'd go for if I had to pick a Disney character? And let me ask you a question. This is not a weird question, right? You give me more like Esmeralda vibes. You remember from Hunchback of Notre Dame? That's the kind of vibes you're giving. And she was 10 out of 10. You are 10 out of 10. Don't let anyone tell you that
You
you're
are a
different.
10 out of 10.
You're a 10 out of 10. So right, I ask, this is one of my favourite questions to either ask at lock-ins or after parties. It makes people really uncomfortable. But when you was a kid, obviously all you knew is Disney characters and cartoon characters. I'll confess mine. What Disney or cartoon character did you fancy when you was a kid?
Okay, I'm so happy you asked this. So 2 things. Number 1, for the longest time in my life, I thought I was asexual. This is not the answer you were expecting. I can see your face.
Getting
For
deep.
the longest time, I thought I was asexual
Right.
because all of my friends, everyone had crushes.
Yeah.
Everyone likes them. And I used to think that boys were disgusting. And I love
I
girls.
don't think you might be too wrong with that one.
Loved girls, but he wasn't like, oh, I have a crush on you. So for the longest time, when I was 16, I came out to my parents. I was like, guys, I have something to tell you. I am asexual. My mom started laughing. She was like, I know you. You like dick.
Get your mum in. I love that. You love dick.
But anyways, I have an answer, but it came out way later.
Who is the answer?
So embarrassing.
I swear to God, if it's the same one, I'm going to lose
So
my
embarrassing.
mind.
It was honestly Peter Pan.
That's not who I fancy.
I know. Like, it makes no sense. But do you know why? Because from my perspective, he was free. Oh, and I was like, I want to be like...
Are you asexual? Are you kidnapped? Where is this podcast going?
I love my family.
Help her!
I love my family, guys.
See, mine is a really worrying one. Like, definitely probably should go speak to a therapist about this. I used to have a mad thing for Jafar. Do you know from Aladdin?
I get it.
And
I
he
understand.
locked Jasmine up. I was mad into that. Loved it.
Abuse?
I don't know.
So is that what we're promoting here? Abuse?
I just quite like a man that knows what he wants, okay?
And on that note, I'm going to introduce today's guest. Love that question. I love that.
Honestly, I've asked it so many after parties and so many like lock-ins, and people just get so uncomfortable. And I'm like, just admit you fancied a cartoon. Like, up until 5, do you know what I mean? You didn't know anything else.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And then obviously then you go on to like pop stars and bad boys, and
I was a big anime fan when I was a
can't
kid.
stand that.
Oh,
Honestly,
I have crushes on that.
Honestly, that program infuriates me. And let me explain why. I used to have an ex that could watch it for like 8 hours a day.
I hope you're having a great time. Was he a good ex?
No.
Actually? I take that back. Never mind.
He used to watch anime for 8 hours a day, and it's so dramatic and so over the top and so unnecessary. And he could watch it dead chill and dead calm. I was dramatic, unnecessary, and over the top for 15 minutes. Wow, huge argument unfolded.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't think you should judge the entire animation style over a man, first and foremost. And secondly,
You've got a point.
Over a trash man. Okay, anime is great. My favorite animes are always written by women or like designed by women. I didn't know this.
Okay.
I found out recently. My first animated crush, Inuyasha. That anime.
I don't know what that is.
I'll show you a picture. Actually, I'm going to show you now because I want to see your reaction. I was like, That's when I was like, maybe I'm not a sexual.
The only one I've watched is that. Is it called One Piece?
That is an anime, yeah. Did you like it?
No.
Oh.
I just so unnecessary. Do you know what it is? I've got a really dry sense of humour, so I quite like, like binge watching The Office and stuff like that.
There's so much anime that has like dry.
I can't even understand it. It's not in English. I can't bother to read all them subtitles.
Before, at the bar, we had a conversation about how
English people are lazy.
Yeah, right. You said that unprovoked.
Yeah.
You were like, English people never
I was
try to
speaking
learn a
for
language.
myself. We are just a lazy, like lazy people. This is who you fancy?
Okay, I was a child.
I
thought this was judgment free.
Sorry.
I thought this was a judgment free zone.
Wow, we're lazy, we're judgmental. But literally, they've got it right about us.
I'm gonna introduce you now. What's up, B? Welcome to another episode of the Pyjamas Club, a podcast where we talk about everything, nothing, and all the things in between. This week's guest, this woman sitting right next to me, the woman that runs Manchester.
God, hardly. Running it to the ground.
Hey, but it would be a fun ride.
Listen, you'd have a great time
It'd be a fun
on
ride.
the way down.
So, today's guest, she's building platforms, moving artists across cities, and proving that music industry is way bigger than just where you're from. She's the founder of Savage PNP, a tour manager, artist manager, creative strategist, so many things, and someone who somehow balances serious business with a very real love for freedom, partying, and traveling. In this episode, we're talking about building something from scratch, moving outside of your comfort zone, what actually takes to support artists properly, and why doing what you enjoy matters more than doing what looks good on paper.
Yes.
Please give it up. How do you want to be addressed, actually? Do you want people to call you Savage? Or do you want people to call you your first name?
Except for if I'm in trouble. My name is actually a government name, Alicia Savage.
I know.
But people think I've given myself an alter ego. Like, I think that highly of myself, that I've just thought, right, I'll name myself Savage. It's just, I'm very fortunate because my mum and dad, we are 3 savages. But
Savage.
But because we're very outspoken.
Wait, pause. I didn't actually finish the introduction.
Oh, sorry. I love to talk.
So please give it up for Savage.
Woo! But yeah, honestly, I'm just blessed to have that name because I'm very outspoken. I can stand my ground. I'm quite quick-witted, smart mouth. But my parents are the same, 3 savages. But when we go to a restaurant, obviously I'm not booking a table and going 3 savages because no one will let us in. So sometimes I say Savage. so they think we're a bit
So they go
more upper class
"Ooh."
than what we are.
That's such a cool last name.
Thank you. I do. I actually quite like it. And to be honest, I'll be completely real with you. I couldn't think what to call my business. So I thought, what should I call my business? And I thought, you've got quite a good last name. So I just rolled with it.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, what I would say is, obviously, the intro you gave me, which was amazing. Thank you so much. That was probably one of the most beautiful intros I've ever had.
What did I miss?
No, you smashed it.
Okay, I thought you were going to get like, but you missed
No,
something.
because when someone says to me, what do you do for a job? I'm like, I think I might just be a professional party person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not quite sure there's actually a job role. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time to that. We'll probably steal it. You'll see it on my LinkedIn later.
People always tell me that they're going to steal it, but then they never message me back to get it. I will send this to you.
No, I need things like that because people need to realize the in-depth of the role that I do. But the reason that I was saying it is a blessing having a name like Savage. But one thing I've realised...
You can't hit the table. The chair.
Oh, sorry. One thing I realised is when you name your brand after yourself, for example, I've been in a few raves, a little worse for wear, love a rave. And people come up to you and they go, are you Savage B&B? And I just go, not today, and just run away from them. Because not that day, I don't want to be Savage B&B. I want to be just me, having fun with my friends. I don't want to be breaking down a business strategy in the middle of a rave.
Just say, not today, today I'm just Alicia. And that's it.
I just run away.
That also works.
Get the steps in.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
I just run away. I've been in the toilet a couple of times.
Do you actually hide from people in events often?
Only because me and my friends, and I don't know they won't mind me saying this, because I have the bestest chorus group of friends. I'm so blessed. Like, I've won the friendship lottery. Mm-hmm. When I started this business, I used to say like, oh, I need people to work the door. And they'd be like, we'll do it. And I used to try to give them money. And they used to be like, no, put it back into your own business. Like, I still have never once to this day paid a single friend for working the door. Obviously, if they invoice me now, it could be quite hefty. So don't. But they're just the really good people that want to see you in. So, and the problem is with me and my friends, we're just quite a feral bunch of people. Like, we want to go out, we want to party, we want to enjoy ourselves, and we want to be talking anything other than work.
Yeah. Honestly, I've noticed that the people that I have around me, we're all very different, but there's certain things that we have in common. Yeah. And that level of intensity, that's something that we all have. And it kind of spreads across different areas of life. We have it at work. We have it when we're partying. Yes. And we're crazy on both areas. Yeah.
Oh, you've got to enjoy yourself. I'm so sick of people being uptight, not enjoying themselves.
Right.
Boring. Yeah, I don't want to be around them people.
Yeah. Your business, Savage B&B.
Yes.
Started in December 2021.
And so that's when I launched it. But I didn't do my first event till April 2022.
Okay. What was your first event?
So I started off with artist showcases, and I did my first event in London just to prove I had the balls to do it. I thought, I'm not going to start in Manchester. I'm going to go straight to the capital, do it in the hardest city that it is to do. Because I've done 10 shows in London. I will still tell you now it's the hardest city to do. And I just thought, right, let's give it a go there. I got an alcohol sponsor because my friend works with alcohol brands. I reached out to an amazing person who works at Ministry of Sound who said, I'll help you curate the lineup if I can be on the lineup. Fair. Both got to work towards each other. And like what I've said to you and many other people is building a business takes 3 things. It's strategy, it's luck, and it's help from others. Like, hope is not a strategy. Don't just hope someone's going to help you. You're going to have to ask for it. People are going to say no, but there's a lot of good people that say yes. You can't just hope it's going to work. You've got to have a strategy for, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Yeah. And luck, well, that's just luck of the draw, unfortunately. But yeah, art showcases, do them in London, Manchester, Bristol, Liverpool and Glasgow. Work with amazing business partners in every single city. And it's all about showcasing local talent. We put about 8 to 10 people on the lineup, usually 8 because it makes it quite long. Majority of that lineup will be from that city, but we always save 1 to 2 spaces for a thing called city swaps. Because what I realised within my first 2 shows, first show was London, then it was Manchester, is people like, we love the opportunity to perform, we appreciate getting paid, we've never performed outside of this city. And these are some people that have been in the game 8 years, if not more. I'm like, you've never performed outside the city. And I thought, I've got a big mouth. I could definitely do this nationwide. So we would have this thing called City Swaps, where it came down to two things: performance on stage, because every city has such a different audience. Liverpool, even Liverpool to Manchester, 45 minutes down the motorway, such a different crowd. London, stush. Manchester, dead friendly, lively. Liverpool, a bit more underground. You've got to get them on side. Like, they're all so different. So it comes down to performance. What city would you work best in next? And also ticket sales. And people think, God, that's so cold to see it as that. But we've got to pay for this business. We've got to pay to move these people's cities. We don't want people out of pocket on an opportunity.
It's so crazy that people don't. Things cost money.
Oh,
Things cost money.
honestly, one of my biggest hurdles as a promoter, because everything's hurdle, it's never a brick wall, you can always get over things, is trying to get through to people. Everyone has a different job in the team. So we've had this discussion before. I've had people say to me, artists, or you're not in it for the culture, Savage. It's like, hang on a minute. Music is art. No one is taking away that you're creating art, but the music industry is a business, and you're foolish if you think otherwise. So it needs people like me who is happy to invest the money up front, take a gamble on you, that we're going to build this marketing strategy that's going to work with press, with PR, with social media, with brands. We build it all together. We both have to put 100% into it, and then we get the tickets back that not only cover the cost of the show, but also you can make a bit of a profit on. Because you wouldn't say to a videographer, like, you give them briefs on how you want the video shooting, but it's still their style, what they're after. Same with if you were to work with a band, you allow them to be their space. But I think there is kind of like a perception of promoters where people think, God, they're just money grabbers, God, they're just cold. And trust me, we want you to be as successful as you want to be, but we just know what it's going to take to create the revenue, essentially, for you to excel in your career.
Yeah.
Talk a lot, don't I?
No, but that was
Don't
great.
take breaks either. Have you noticed that?
No, oh yeah, you don't. That's
No,
true.
honestly.
Do you rap?
After
Have
a
you
bottle of
tried
vodka,
it? I
trust
don't
me, I'll
know.
give it a go.
Actually, imagine that would be such a fun thing to do. Just renting a studio, just with friends. Everyone's drunk. Or high,
Honestly,
I don't know.
there
It'd
are
be so fun.
so many videos of me just taking it that little bit too far with my good friend Tequila. And then
We love her.
I know I can't sing. I'm fully aware of that. I am deluded once I've had a drink. I'm convinced I can rap. I can't. It's out of time, out of tune. I don't even think it rhymes, to be honest.
Right.
But I'm having a great time.
So going back to your answer. So my reaction was because I have so many questions, so many things to grab from what you said. So I guess my first question would be, from that first event, what is something that you learned and you took with you for all the ones to follow?
I spent too much money.
Oh.
That was the
Fair.
first one. I spent too much money. Thankfully, I've got a good business partner, 258 Studios, if anyone needs amazing recording studios in Manchester. He looked at how much money I spent. He said, you are spending way too much money here. That was the first thing. The main thing was learning people want to move. People want to go to these cities. They want to get on different lineups. They want opportunities. So that was the second thing. And the third thing was the power of brand collabs. So I'm very blessed. I work for an amazing company called Love Drinks, who do, they're an alcohol distributor. So I know how to work with brands, as in getting sponsorship and things like that. So you'll notice a lot of my events have alcohol, fashion, or some form of branding involved with it. So I learned 3 valuable lessons, really.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, you are a really wise woman.
Not a lot of people
Send this to your
think I am.
friends, to the people that have never said this to you, or would never be like, send this to them. I said it.
Did you hear that?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why? Okay. So you shared with me like how your first event went, what made you start in London specifically, why you wanted to do it, but what is actually your passion behind all of this? Why did you decide I want to help artists? Like why this?
So That's a really good question, because passion has to fuel everything. Otherwise, especially with me, I feel like we're quite similar in this retrospect. We won't do anything unless we want to do it.
It's really tough. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you have to do, a lot of times you have to do things that you don't want to do. I am someone that struggles with that.
Yeah, I struggle with that. I do get quite a few pitches where I just think, if my heart's not in it, it's not even fair on you, because it's going to waste your time. And I get people messaging me as artists being like, can you manage me? Right now, I just don't have the facility to do any more than what I'm doing. But sometimes it has been like, there is literally nothing wrong with your craft or your ability. It's just, it's not a genre of music I'm passionate in, or I have the right connections for it. And I think sometimes, as cold as this might sound, but I'm not here to impress anyone, promoters have a longer lifespan than artists. I think artists have a shorter span to break it. Obviously, if they become one of the greats and flip the dial, then the music lives on forever. But some artists, unfortunately, there is like an age limit on what they can do. So I'm not going to be someone that's like, right, I'm going to sell you the dream, do all this, take a commission off it, if really I'm not going to get you to where you want to be, because it's actually really not fair on you. I only work with artists that I truly, truly believe in. So my passion is, I've always done events since I was 19. I started off in Ibiza, feral. Ooh. Started off as a promoter selling wristbands on the beach. I had an absolute amazing time, best time of my life still to this day. And then I was a wedding planner for 2.5 years.
Wedding planner?
Yeah.
That must have been intense. Planning weddings is so intense. I didn't know this. I worked at a hotel when I was in university, and I happened to have conversations with wedding planners.
It's intense.
It's crazy. Sorry, carry on.
And then it's intense. You plan it in the week, then you do the wedding at the weekend. And sometimes, especially if different religions were marrying each other, that could get quite intense, because it was getting them to agree on what parts of the wedding could coexist from different religions. Then I did sales and sponsorship for like an events company, which after 12 months, I would say it was boring, because it was like the 12 months calendar, but it was so good to learn how to understand demographics. That's how I really understood, like, get on what's in a room and who wants to be in front of that, like branding wise. So that was very valuable. And then I did decor for like festivals and events, drive-in cinemas. So that was all like the creative elements. So you'll see when I work with a lot of artists or do my own shows, I'm quite to a T when it comes to the aesthetics of it. And then I thought, do you know what? I've always loved the music industry. Let's just give this a go. I was like 27 at the time. What have I got to lose? And here I am. At the Pyjamas Club.
At the Pyjamas Club. I was introduced to your work through Predo.
Love Predo. Got a lot of time, love and respect for Predo.
We have Predo on the podcast. He spoke a lot about you, about Savage PNP as a business as
Paid
well.
him to say that good stuff. Winded you up.
And that got me like thinking, what are the metrics that you use to choose which artist you want to work with?
So I have a bit of a method. I like to... So can I use my other artist for an example for this, and I can go back to Predo? Yeah. So Molly J, right? She came to my show in Manchester, and you think I'm larger than life. She has a phenomenal aura and personality. And she came to my show in Manchester. She was like, I really want to work with you. I'm based in London. So firstly, I was massively impressed that she came from London to Manchester. She'd come to my show, and she was like, I heard you've got a London show in a couple of weeks. Can I be on the lineup? So I was like, I need to speak to my business partner. There was not even a minute spare, because in London, you can be charged if you go over, you know, the timings. And I will say this to her face, so I'm not bad-mouthing her. We've laughed about it now. That girl mithered me. She literally was ringing me every day, if not twice a day. I was looking at my phone like, who is this Molly J? Like, and I was howling, because I thought, there is something about someone who is just a meteor in your life, where the impact is just like unforgettable. I thought, right, I'm going to ring my business partner, like, this Molly J won't leave me alone. He was like, you should have said it was Molly J. I was like, he was like, she's unreal. He was like, I'll drop one of my songs, give her a song. So I was like, right, okay. Very kind of Alexandra Serafis. I love when men make spaces for women. So she gets on stage. She's already got this aura about her. Like, she's genuinely beautiful. Like, the way she carries herself way she speaks and everything. She gets on stage. Oh my goodness. I have never to this day felt the overwhelming sensation I felt just hearing her sing live. I've seen big people live, like your Beyoncé's and things like that. There's something so special about this girl. And I thought, you know what? One decision in that moment could have meant I never heard this girl live. If I'd have just said, no room, stop calling me, blocked.
Yeah.
And because, so it was like stars aligned. So then what I did was I said, right, I'm going to put you on another London show, but I'm going to give you an actual sex. I need to see the tickets that you sell. She pulled in some good numbers. I thought there's something about this girl. So then I brought her to Manchester and put her on a festival to see how she would react to a different city's crowd. They loved her. Straight away, I had people messaging me like, when's she coming back? Da, 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 da. So I rang her and said, have you got management? And she was like, no. And I said, how would you feel about me managing you? She was really keen, really ecstatic conversation. And then unfortunately my nan died, and I was just devastated, heartbroken, so close to that woman. And I actually just dropped off the face of the earth for like a month. Like no one could get hold of me. And I ended up getting back in contact. She actually was checking in on me, which I thought, you don't need to do that. We're not of that like relationship. Checking in, making sure I'm all right. I thought, very gracious to do. I thought she'll have been picked up by now. It's been a month, maybe 2 months. And a ringer, I said, I'm really sorry that I've just vanished on everyone. Like I am back. The offer still stands, but I appreciate if you've got another option. And she was like, I've been waiting for you. Like that. And I just thought there's 3 things there. It's 1, talent. It's 2, be able to be actually business-wise profitable, and 3, to be a such genuine good person to your core. Because the saying that we stand by, thanks to Lex, another amazing London artist, is don't let talent get you in rooms character can't keep you. Because there's so many talented people that let their ego take over, and people remember how you make them feel.
Yeah.
So I kind of have a process. So it's like getting to know them on a personal level to see if we can work together, seeing how they are on stage, because some people make great music aren't really that great on stage. They've not really got stage presence.
Yeah.
And then, and we need to make sure they can sell tickets. So that was that process. Predo was another level. So Predo, he don't need to do all the rounds of the artist showcases. It's Predo. Everyone knows and loves him in Manchester. So what I did is I was actually on holiday when he did his headline show. So I sent someone to his headline show to see what he was like, basically how much he could fill a room. And it was actually the record label, which I partner with, Scruff of the Neck, said to me, do you want to work with Predo? And to me, it was a no-brainer. And all I'm going to say is, as a woman who has been disrespected and had negative experiences in a lot of room, Predo is someone I can say makes me feel respected, makes me feel heard, makes me feel safe. And he's actually hilarious, and I love having fun with people. So if more of you could move like that in the industry, it'd be great. So that it's different ways of going about people, really, but they're kind of like my core.
Yeah. Well, those are 2 very good stories.
Yes. Talk a lot, don't I? J.K. Rowling of podcasts.
Hey, that's okay. That's what podcasts are for. I like the fact that you, in addition to like, you know, assessing the artist and seeing, you know, metrics that, you know, will bring money into their pockets and potentially yours as well, and see how they kind of perform on stage, what the music sounds like, what their sound is about. There's also space for that personal connection. I think that's very 100%. Important. A lot of people, I understand, like you said it as well, that like music is a business, but it's also a very personal thing for everyone.
Music, you're usually sharing some of the deepest, darkest times of your life, so it needs to be respected. That's why you've got to respect people for their art, but you're spending a lot of time with these people. Like, I'm on the phone to Predo and Molly every other day, if not every day. You need to at least like them.
Are you a therapist as well? Should we add this to
I should be. I really should be invoicing these lot of things I go through. But equally, they're therapists to me. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, they come to me for like advice. Like, for example, when I send them to like marketing agencies, like this is how you should conduct yourself. These are the things that you should be showcasing about you because of how amazing you are, pointers like that. But I will equally go to them and be like, I need to understand this from an artist perspective. Do you have the time to do this? Is the creative space for you to do that? That's why everyone in the industry plays such a part, and you should not, just because you don't understand someone's role. Like, do I understand a designer's role? No. Have you ever seen me make a poster? It's like made on word art. It's appalling. Well, whatever I send over to the designer is tragic to the eyes, and they make it work. But I would never discredit their work, because just because I don't understand it doesn't mean it shouldn't be respected. And I think that's something the music industry just needs to understand as a whole. Everyone serves a purpose.
Yeah, for sure. I think that a lot of people fail to be able to understand the other person's perspective, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not just like in this business, it happens at so many different facets of life.
No. And it's not personal as well. Some people take things really personally.
Yeah, I get it though. Like, you shouldn't do it, but I understand why people do it, right?
No, I have a saying where it's a personal choice to be offended. So when people say things about me, and many people said things about me, half of it I agree with, but people have said things about me, and then it's my personal choice if I'm offended. But what I will do is I'll just remove them from my inner circle, because I've got that many positive people in my inner circle, people who've really got my back, and people I'm moving forward with on an exciting project. So I'm not going to react to that one comment, but what you will notice is that person will be kept very far at arm's length.
Yeah.
Because it's freedom of speech, you can have whatever opinion you want of me, but when I've got 10 people in my corner, I don't need one bad apple, because you put mouldy fruit next to healthy fruit, the mold grows just over there.
Also, freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. You can say whatever you want, but it can bite you back.
Oh my God, we should have wrote all this down. We could have sold a book. It's going to be at a Waterstones near you guys.
So we spoke a lot about, I asked a lot of questions about like artists. I was very interested in learning like what your selection process is like. But now let's approach more like your role. Like, if you had to give an advice to people that want to work with artists the same way that you do, what would you tell them?
What would I tell them? That is a really, again, you're really good at this job. You're asking, sometimes you get asked such surface level questions, don't you? Like this, you're getting to my core, do you know what I mean? What I would tell them is, it's genuinely such a roller coaster experience. Like, don't get me wrong, the amount of times I've thought I ain't doing this anymore, because you go through phases where the reward is not necessarily worth what you went through, but equally there's times where what you went through is the reward. But all I would say is, never let anyone determine your worth, because the amount of people that have said, oh, Savage is just a tourist in this game, like she's not going to make it. But what I'm going to say is, no one knows your worth, because no one knows your passion, your heart, your drive. That's all within you. So just sometimes you've got to swallow all the negativity, as hard as it is, and just keep going, because if you genuinely have a strategy, a purpose, a drive, a willingness, you will make it happen regardless of what it is. And the world changes so fast nowadays. Like, I had a guy ring me the other day introducing me to this app, and by the end of it I wanted to buy shares, and I would never have thought you would need this app, but by the end of the call I needed the app.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the world just moves so fast. So always, it's so one of the hardest full-time jobs we've all got to do, not just me and my role, you as well, is believe in yourself every motherfucking day. It's hard. You've got to wake up, and you're not at 100% every day.
Yeah.
But you've got to believe in yourself and just keep going. Just drown out all the noise.
Can you believe that we are running out of time? Like, can you believe that it's almost been an hour? By
Sorry.
the way?
Is this...
No, isn't that
I bet you not even asked your questions. It's because we got onto the Disney characters we fancied. We took too much time with that.
It's perfect. And that was also a really good answer. This episode is not following the general structure, because I just have a very long list of questions that I want to ask you, and I think other people would.
Do you want to do quick fire questions, or is there no time?
How did you? Oh, the brief. Okay. I was gonna
it's the quick. Oh my God, am I stealing your job? Get her a P45.
So one of the segments that we have on this podcast is called Pillow Talk, which is
That's
essentially
got me in trouble before that.
this one won't. I think can't make promises. It's essentially a set of like rapid fire questions. Okay, I'm gonna ask you something. You can't think too much about them.
I don't think I think a lot anyway. I think if anything, I've just proven I don't think enough.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Which you have to pick one.
Yeah.
Okay. Artists with potential or artists with numbers?
Artists with potential.
Okay, I'm not gonna question you. Running events or managing artists?
Managing artists.
At the pause.
But I'll always do artist showcases because I need to keep my ear on the ground of what to do. But right now, it's what I'm enjoying doing more.
Okay.
And it's based on cities because Bredo's Manchester, Molly's London. They have big city mindsets. Sometimes when I'm going to these smaller cities, it's not translating as well what my level of expectation and their level of work ethic. So yeah.
Yeah, that
I'm
makes sense.
keeping at the minute. I'm keeping to big cities, album launches, tours. That's what I'm doing. Tours. I'm just doing tours at the minute.
I know. Are they both on tour, or are they going to be on tour?
Molly did tour last year. I got something very exciting with Molly, but I've signed an NDA. But she's working on an incredible album at the minute with the one and only Fraser T. Smith. Now, if you don't know who Fraser T. Smith is, he did Set Fire to the Rain by Adele and Heavy as the Head by Stormzy. So we're not fucking about.
Is this an exclusive piece of information, or is it?
I mean, I think it is from me, but everyone knows that they work together. They've worked together a while. He's insane. He's like a magician. Okay, cool. So that new album, obviously with an album comes tours, promotion, So you make up your mind what's going to happen.
Do you go on tour with them?
Of course I do.
That's what's up.
Listen,
you have to do it.
Listen,
you
will never see a fangirl at the front of a stage like you will of Alicia Savage at her own shows. I will sing that song out of tune. I will dance out of time. But God, I'm loving it.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Right. What's more stressful, low ticket sales or late artist?
Low ticket sales. Just end up some artists do end up costing you money because you've got to think like just off the top of my head, like a £10 ticket, say £2.50 to go to the artist, £2 to the promoter, £1 summit to the venue, £1 to the videographer. We have visuals, like it all breaks down. So if you've got an artist that isn't even hitting the threshold, they do just end up costing you money, which has happened and I'm okay to do because sometimes it is about giving talent opportunities. They're still building their fan base. I'm not mad about it. And also, what artist wants to perform to an empty room? This is what I mean. Like, do you want to perform to an empty room, or do you want a promoter that might be putting a bit of pressure on, but you guaranteed a full space of vibes? And if you choose that one, don't contact me.
What's one industry rule that you have happily ignored? Do you want me to repeat?
Think before you speak. Clearly. Or do you know what it is? It's that tone yourself down. No.
I feel like you're doing really well. You keep saying that.
No, that's what people have said to me.
Oh, okay.
Tone yourself down. Just, you don't need to do all this.
Right.
I do. It's me.
What's your
You always look unsure before you're about to ask me the question.
No, because I'm trying to like get your vibe, right? So I'm like, what kind? I feel like you can't do all the things you do if you're not organized. Ooh, the pause. What type of like organization method do you follow? Are you a disorganized person, or spreadsheets, numbers, everything you ask me?
I love a spreadsheet.
Of course.
Freak in the sheets. I love a spreadsheet. Everything has its own Google Drive folder. Everything is transparent with me. So like, when I do a folder with any artist, they're going on tour, I will say, this is everything I pay for. This is how many tickets just to break even. And then this, if you sell all this is the profit that we'll be sharing. I am so transparent. Everything has its place in a folder. I like really clear communication. God, I hate bad communication. But let me tell you now, I'm quite a scatty person. I lose my trainers, I lose my car keys, it's mental because if you looked at my Google Drive, you'd think, oh my God, she could run a country. You just deal with me for 15 minutes and you're like, how does she even get through the day?
You know what it is? Because all of your energy is in that. So everything else needs to be relaxed. There has to be balance. I get that. I understand.
Yeah. I like to test myself as well. Like, oh, where is that car key? 15 minutes to go.
I do that with packing. I have a record right now. The quickest I've packed was 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
No, that gives me anxiety because So I've noticed, like, obviously, if you book holiday, you get
Yeah.
more and more drunk as the holiday goes on, so you've got less and less energy. So what I do, because I'm actually clinically insane, I will take a photo in all my outfits that I'm going to wear with accessories, everything, on my phone. So when I get it up, I know exactly what I'm going to look like, and I pack it in one bag all together.
How many hours do you need to do this though? I don't need that much time. Literally 6 minutes. 7 minutes is the sweet spot, to be honest.
No.
With 7 minutes, I can do it. 8 maybe. I can do it calmly, no rush. I know where my shit is.
No.
Very easy.
That would give
8
me
minutes.
that would give me anxiety, and I hate that anxious feeling when you think, God, I forgot something. Even though I do that all the
That
time.
doesn't happen.
You're quite laid back, aren't you? What star sign are you?
Oh my God.
I'm not even one of them girls. I don't even know why I asked.
This hasn't happened in a minute. Guess.
I don't know them that well. Right, no, hang on. Scorpio.
No.
Oh.
But I got that before.
What are you?
Pisces.
You're one of the worst to date, you know.
So I've been told that. Not that I'm
dated
one of the worst people to date. But also, that's not fair. Pisces men are psychotic.
Horrendous. I've dated a Pisces man before.
Right. I feel like signs have to be different for men and women. We are running out of time.
Sorry.
And before we go, we like to ask our guests to commit to a goal on camera with a time frame. So then when the time frame passes, we're going to have you on the podcast again, and you're going to share with us how we felt to achieve that goal.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we're doing it now.
Yeah.
So my goal is to, obviously I'm doing tours for 2026, but my main goal in life is to have Savage P&P as an actual record label, but it's going to be 5 years. I'll have to come back in 5 years.
No, it has to be this year.
Oh, this year? Was that the rule? Sorry, did I miss that? I'm
It has to be-
sorry.
It has to be this year.
It's because
Like, she's giving me the live. I'm gonna be.
Sorry,
I'm gonna be. A
you know what
billionaire.
it was? It's because when you went, what is your goal? And the first thing that comes to my head was, my goal is to get drunk on Saturday. That was the first thing that actually came
And you're
to
gonna
my
be
head.
here Monday morning. You're here, be
I
like,
will-
guys, I did it.
I will not be out of bed on Monday. Yeah, more tours. That's all I want. I'll do 2 art showcases this year, just to keep my ear on the ground, see who's coming through. Because the first thing that any promoter or record label rings me at is, who's popping? Are they good on stage? What are the ticket numbers? And are they decent to work with? So I'll always do that. But I just want to do more tours. I want to be the promoter who's taking risks on these next level artists.
Okay, so are we gonna say 2 for this year?
God help me, I'm going to have quite a few, aren't I?
We need to put a number to the goal. That's how it works. It needs to be
2,
tangible.
3, drunk on Saturday.
3. Period. Okay. Anything you want to plug before we go?
No, thank you so much for having me. Can I just say, you've actually been amazing. We had communication great throughout booking the process. We had a nice cocktail before. Anyone who gets me a cocktail wins me over. You're just a beautiful person inside and out. Absolutely stunning. If you can't, cameras, look at that. Look how beautiful. Amazing person. And I've had a great time.
So that honestly, I would have easily sat here with you for another hour or more. Honestly, not gonna lie.
Get
I
the
didn't even
meter
realize.
on. We're going to do another hour.
And you brought me flowers.
Of course,
Look
you
at
deserve
them.
your flowers.
Thank you so much.
No, you generally do. You put in a lot of people on this platform that deserve the recognition. I've seen so many people on here that I think, thank God someone's giving them a safe space to talk. That's what it's all about, safe space. So yeah, thank you for everything you're doing.
Oh,
I'll plug you.
Thank you.
Shout out you.
And thank you guys for watching and listening to another episode of the Pyjamas Club. All of Savage's, well, your Instagram's going to be there. Savage PMP stuff is going to be there as well.
Yes. Follow Savage PMP for the artist management, tour management, and then follow my personal for the wild nights out.
Yeah.
What more can you want?
Work hard, play hard. Okay. Yay.
Thank you.